everyone, it's Kimmy and welcome back to Jolvie. And as you can see in the title of this video, today I'm going to be talking about veganism and my struggle with veganism. But this video is not actually completely just about veganism, it's more about examining the reason why you want things or are doing things. And this is something that I've really had to focus on lately because I realized that my mindset was really warped about this in a way that was making me feel really sad and frustrated, and I realized I don't have to think this way, and that the things I was doing were actually not helping me at all, even though I thought they were. So I have been interested in veganism for a very long time, but I've found that even after watching every documentary and watching tons of vegan YouTubers and feeling super inspired by it, I've gotten to this place where I cut my consumption of animal products down quite a lot, to a very low degree. And as someone who used to eat a lot of animal products, I always used to choose the meat filling for my burritos. Now I basically never do. My favorite food used to be cheeseburgers, now it's probably smoothies, and like I eat a lot of fruit and focus my diet around plant foods more so than animal foods. But I was finding that there was this point that I'd gotten to where I was really consciously consuming, and this was kind of leaking out into other areas as well, which was great. Like, now I'm also quite ethical in terms of my consumption of clothing. Like, I care a lot about making sure that what I'm purchasing is ethically made, because I'm quite minimalist anyway, so it makes sense that if I'm gonna buy something, then it'll be ethically made, and also it will be long-lasting and high quality. And normally if it's ethically made and not just made in some factory somewhere, mass-produced, like that, it's normally something that I feel much more good about purchasing. But basically the thing about veganism, which is why the title of this video is what it is that it basically turned into this trap for my mind, because as someone who, like, lately I haven't been feeling my best, I can often kind of get to this point where I'm like, I need to change myself to feel better. I need to figure out what I'm doing wrong and change it so I can feel better. And I got to this point where I thought that it was my ethical choices. I thought that maybe if I made a huge life change, if I committed 150% to veganism, even if I was worried that other people might judge me, then that would make me feel better, that I would have this like renewed sense of purpose, when in fact I realized that when I tried to fully 100% commit to veganism, it didn't make me feel better, because the reason why I haven't done it is due to my own values and choices and opinions on it that don't align with being 100% vegan. And this is just saying that I own leather that I don't want to get rid of because it's good for me, it's serving me and lasts a really long time, and I don't feel like getting rid of it would serve me if I'm eating mainly plant foods. But sometimes, because we live in a non-vegan world, you know, ordering food that isn't vegan, completely vegan all the time, I feel like the barrier of entry in a non-vegan world is very high, to constantly be having to say to your friends, oh, I can't go to that restaurant, oh, I can't eat that crepe in France because it's got eggs in it. I just found that while I do disagree with factory farming, and I think that people eat way too many animal products, and that yes, it's contributing to bad environmental factors, and I don't think that it is ethical to kill animals that don't need to be killed. But the issue is that for me, I don't believe that eating animal products sometimes makes me a bad person. And I was finding that I had gotten to the point where, because I wasn't feeling very good, I wanted this thing that I was feeling to be because of some sort of outside factor. So it was almost like I was watching these videos of like really hardcore vegans saying that you had to be vegan to be a good person. It was almost like that was my internal psyche, like yelling at me, telling me I wasn't good enough. And then I realized that it wasn't the fact that I was not being vegan because other people would judge me. The fact of the matter is that other people don't really care. Like, if I really wanted to be vegan, I could. But the point is that I found that I don't want to be fully vegan. It's not something that I want. I like to be able to be consciously consuming, but not like have an ideal of purity stuck onto my chest that allows other people to judge me for my choices. I think that if you're someone who wants to look into the animal agriculture industry and factory farming and realize how horrible it is and drastically cut down your intake, but you aren't going fully 100% all the way to the point where you check byproducts in your granola and make sure that your pancakes weren't cooked in butter or something like that. Like, I don't think that not doing that makes you a bad, unconscious consumer. I just think that doing your best is great. And I was finding that it wasn't that other people would judge me for being vegan, is that I was caring so much about all these people who would judge me for not being vegan. Like, I found that I was actually caring so much about this community online that I thought that me eating as I am today was a terrible thing, even though I'm trying so hard. I cared about that. I wanted to be accepted into this vegan movement fully, and I even went to a vegan meetup here in Japan, and I was like, well, if I want to fully be a part of this community, I need to be 100% vegan. I want to be able to join a community that is like so passionate about the environment and animals and everything, because I love animals. And there's so many videos online that are like, if you eat animals, then you can't love them. And I found that I actually do not agree with that. Like, I think that today we do eat too much animal product, but I don't think that completely abstaining 100% of the time makes you any better of a person or anything like that. And I feel like I'm not really explaining this very well. I knew this would happen when I tried to make this video, that I knew that I wouldn't be able to really talk about it that much very easily, but I just think that any sort of label that I'm trying to attain, I don't want it to be about the label. I want it to be about love. I want it to be coming out of a place of love for myself, not wanting other people's acceptance of me. Like, I found that the reason why I was chasing the pure vegan label wasn't because I was doing it for the right reasons. It was because that I wanted people's acceptance. I wanted other people in this vegan community to accept me and tell me I was good and tell me I was doing the right thing. When I found that if I want to be happy as an individual, I need to accept my own judgment. And I've realized that that's not about being vegan, even if people would judge me, because I've realized that I don't want to be fully vegan. It's about being as vegan as I want to be, being as conscious as I feel I can be, and feel free and in alignment with my own values, without caring if I fit some sort of label or club. Because the truth is that I don't want to be a part of a club that is only accepting me for what I'm eating and not who I am as a person anyways. So I don't know, it's just become very clear to me that that's what was going on. And I don't know, I guess it's just something that can be very challenging for me, because I've been just so into watching vegan YouTubers online for quite a few years now, and I thought that the problem was that I couldn't be vegan, but the point is that I have realized that it's not that. It's wanting to be able to accept my own judgment. And for me at this time, it's being okay with the best I can do. It's being okay with making conscious choices, but not holding myself to an ideal that I feel isn't fully me. So yeah, I don't know if this makes any sense whatsoever, but that's the video of the day. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you again next time. Bye!